Hello, everyone. It's been an honor to be together with you today. It's the fantastic congresses and the beautiful city. I'm Zehra Erenkuş. We are embarking today in this session, the journey of the AI, artificial intelligence, and how it helps us to creating more intelligent strategies. So we're just going to touch on the functioning of neural networks and functioning of AIs today. But before that, let me give you a brief update about myself and my current role, actually. So I have been, during my work, the 15 years at pharma industry, my main focus area is analytics. Recently, very recently, I have got a new role, which is a mom of a puppy, which is a very important role. Who else has got some pets in this room? Perfect, great. So it's a really important role. Let me just give you some brief information about my role. Introduce with you the beautiful Caramel. So, of course, she's brilliant and very intelligent. She's a Labradoodle, mix of Labrador and a poodle. She's super intelligent, but still needs to learn some fundamentals, basic stuffs. My role is help her to understand a little bit, reply back when I call her name, and the other hand side, toilet training. Let's start with the recalling back, which is a rather simple task for her. She can learn. The day tree, she can learn an answer, why we are calling her Caramel. But on the other hand side, toilet training is a little bit harder for her, a little bit more struggle with that, because you have to mark a spot, and then you have to encourage her, you have to wait the right time, and etc., etc. So it's a little bit take time. We are still not there yet, but it's developing for sure. But what I did, simply try to explain her to those things, repeat and repeat. Let her to process the information, learn, and ultimately make a decision with a price that I give her, the one of the really delicious tricks, which helps a lot for sure, that she decided, I'm doing the right thing. But realistically, biologically, how she learned, actually. Thanks for the neural networks. Thanks for the neurons. Thanks for the neurons, especially in our cerebral cortex. Our brains can perform simple and complex tasks with the neurons, with the connections between the neurons, actually, which helps us the same thing, actually. Digest the information, process the information, understand, learn, and make an ultimate decision. And the neurons is also just have a crucial role on the consciousness, emotions, and also just express our feelings as well, which just makes us unique, right? And the numbers are important, and because of that, it's written in here. The relationship is actually just more clear. So which means that the more neurons that we have in our cerebral cortex means more connections and the relations, means the more complex tasks that we can accomplish. In this relationship, two neuroscientists and mathematicians, two scientists decided to pondering these relationships. And then they have got one question on their minds. Can a computer learn like humans? At this point, the very first mathematical model is established, which is describing neural networks, which is actually just feeding today's AI technologies with using the main ultimate neural network methodologies. I'm going to show you the most common two of them today. One is recurrent one, and the other is convolutional, which is as known RNN and the CNN. RNN is mostly focusing on text prediction, when you just think which using and handling the different types of the data sets as well. CNN is more likely to focusing on the image detection, actually. Let me give you an example to make it more clarify. So if I write it down on the ChatGPT, could you please finish the sentence? Dogs are one of the, as an input. At this point, RNN take into place, RNN models, and then finishing the sentences perfectly with the most popular domestic animals in the world. On the other hand side, thinking about I show to the system a dog picture, even if it is a simple, and ask the simple question, is it a dog or not? At this point, CNN is come into the place and then make a decision. Yes, it is a dog. What the CNN is do right now in this here example is just scanning the pixels and grouping according to the color scales. But what the RNN does, take a closer look to explain how it works. It's actually just having my input. What's my input is actually dogs are one of the. The first step, the RNN is doing, finding out the most frequently used words together with dogs are one of the words within the large language pool. And then the second step is finding out try to finding out the right order, one by one, by waiting for each word together to another and figure it out, oh, is this word is most likely to use the other words first or second? One by one, iteratively, and then come up with a decision. Finalizing the sentences with most popular domestic animals in the world. Does it totally make sense? Sentences, right? So the thing is, whatever methodology that you use the neural networks, mechanism of action is the same. The inputs, the large data sets can be handled under the input layer, and there is a hidden layer between the outputs, which the magic is happening, working like the neural networks, working like the neurons, and the relations between the neurons, and then come up with a decision as an output. So let me give you more daily life examples as well. So if we're thinking about the daily life, like Alexa, Siri, so it is mainly used for the RNN techniques. That's we just helping us to answering some basic questions, right? And also at the same time, like if we just go with more just creative ways, DeepL is helping us to creating more sensible sentences. But at the same time, if you're just thinking about the convolutional CNN methodologies, one of the most well-known examples that we can give, self-driving cars, which is when you get into a Tesla, you can see that the big screen that you can see everything surrounding you, right? The left side, there is a tree, right side, there is a guy, just cycling, and also just pedestrians crossing the roads, and etc. So both sides, it helps us to basic fundamental needs, right? If you're thinking about the complexity structures aside, if we just aside the whole complexity, it's addressing our basic needs, actually, at the end of the day. Like all we need. And also just in the actional side, we can also give a runaway example under the CNNs. So thanks for the new generation. So it's then also artificial intelligence video creator. All of us can be a director for our artificial casting, with our artificial casting. So in the end of the day, honestly speaking, if we're thinking about, again, aside the complexity, it's addressing, as a statistician, it's addressing two main things. Forecasting, classification. Aren't those the things that we're just seeking every day at the pharma industry? Do you know any companies at pharma not looking at forecasting or classification? Not really, yes. Even from the McKinsey report survey, it seems like the pharma industry a bit behind the other industries. I believe we can close the gap, for sure. So, just we need, as it is written, exposure more. We need to be harness benefits of the AI. We need to be experienced that the AI increasing our productivity, and embrace the synergistic knowledge. And thinking about more examples, we can just list it lots of examples actually. But under these two things, forecasting and classification, who doesn't want to be created more precise trend predictions? Who doesn't want it to be high demand content creations, right? If an AI and artificial intelligence methodology is helping us to go through the more precise predictions and high demand content creations, why is stopping today for us not to use it? So let's try it and start to try and then examine how it's just helping us increasing the productivity. Not only for the commercial side, we can also thinking about using the AI technologies for the ACP perspectives and also for the patient perspectives as well. If you have got some questions on your mind around, we're also talking today, AI is a hype? For me, not. Let me show you what I found from just the Google trend, which is simply showing that how many times this word's putting into the search engine, Google search engine worldwide, last 5 years. If you've seen that the graphic, artificial intelligence search the most of the well-known celebrities. Don't judge me, so my daughter gives the inputs for the celebrities. But it seems AI is far ahead from the other, all other techniques right now. And if you're seeing that the trends within the 5 years, I believe there is no way to lose its steady increase. It's going to be more increased because as we are talking today, or every tech company is working on today, focuses on the AI development. So then, what is next? What we should just await in a short term is multimodal neural networks, which is a bit focusing on not only one type of data sources, but combination of the all different type of data sources, like looking at the video, text, image, and audios. Combination, all of these data sources in a one pot, and give you more augmented artificial decisions benefits. If you would like to see that, the signals, how it works, you can check it out, the Google Gemini right now. And this is again about the methodology. This is again not about the methodology, what the methodology is doing. So it is simply understanding what the data it is and combining the whole large data sets. Under the hidden layer, do the whole magics with the understanding the relations and the networks, and then come up with a decision. You can just apply it for each different type of examples, each different type of industries as well. So we have to be consumed, as a pharma industry, we have to be consumed this benefit and harness the benefit more. Once we start with the caramel, let's finish with her. So on the left-hand side, you can see that how the ChatGPT decided to drawing the caramel, according to my inputs that I gave it to the system, which is simply just the age, breeds, and the other informations, but also inform that the cutest eyes. If you're looking at the two pictures, eyes and the mouths, resemblance of the eyes and the mouths are remarkable, right? Quite a bit scary, but at the same time, remarkable. But in the end, there is no way that I can replace anything else with my own real one, right? So which means that at least short term and a mid-term, no one going to replace us with any machines. But we have to embrace this synergetic knowledge, just start to use it, test it, and understand the productivity, test the productivity. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, anything else, I'm happy to answer.